The battlefield stretched out at dusk, shrouded in smoke and silence. James, a weary soldier, sat alone, clutching a photo of his wife, Anna, and their child. His face was etched with exhaustion and sorrow. James whispered to himself, "Anna, I tried, but it's so hard." From behind him, Marcus, a fellow soldier, approached cautiously. He glanced at James and the photo in his hand. "James, we're pulling back. You coming?" Marcus asked. James looked up, his eyes heavy with doubt. "How do you keep going?" Marcus sighed, sitting down beside him. "You feel it, but you keep moving. There's always something worth fighting for." The memory of the night before his deployment lingered in James's mind. In their modest bedroom, James sat on the edge of the bed, packing his gear into a military bag. Beside him, Anna sat quietly, her hand resting gently on his. "Promise me you'll come back," Anna said softly, her voice tinged with worry. James paused, looking into her eyes. "I promise," he said firmly, seeking comfort in the quiet moment they shared. Back at the camp, James sat alone in a dimly lit tent. The photo of his wife and child rested in his hands, worn from being held so often. His shoulders slumped under the weight of his thoughts. Marcus entered the tent, carrying 2 steaming mugs of coffee. He set one down beside James and took a seat. "You're still fighting, James. That matters," Marcus said, his voice steady and reassuring. James looked at him, the faintest flicker of hope returning to his eyes. He nodded silently, taking the mug. Later, James sat in the communications room, holding the satellite phone tightly. The line connected, and Anna's voice came through, warm and filled with relief. "James! Oh, James! Tommy's been asking about you," Anna exclaimed. A small smile broke across James's face. "Tell him Daddy's coming home soon." Anna's voice softened. "You promise?" James's voice steadied. "I promise." Months later, the bustling airport was filled with families reuniting. Anna and Tommy stood near the arrivals gate, their eyes scanning the crowd anxiously. Suddenly, Tommy's face lit up. "Mommy, it's Daddy!" he shouted, pointing. James emerged from the gate, his uniform crisp but his face lined with the weight of his experiences. "I'm here,"